Welcome. In this series, we will revise polity through MCQs. So, without wasting time, let's get started. The first MCQ for today is: which of the following acts or act set up diarchy system at the central level? Diarchy system is a system in which the subjects were divided into transferred and reserved subject. So you have to tell which of the following act set up diarchy system at the central level. Option number 1 is Government of India Act 1935, second is 1919, third is Indian Council Act of 1909, and fourth is Indian Council Act of 1892. You have 5 seconds to answer this question. The right answer is Government of India Act 1935. So by the Government of India Act 1935, diarchy system was introduced at the central level. And the other provision of this Government of India Act 1935 was that it set up an All India Federation. It set up an All India Federation that comprised of British Indian provinces and princely states, but that failed to exist. And the second important provision of this act was that the supremacy of British Parliament remained intact. The most important provision of this act is that the Government of India Act 1935 abolished the Council of Secretary of State of India. It abolished the Office of Secretary of State of India that was created in the year of 1858. The second MCQ is: in the context of Indian history, the principle of diarchy refers to. What does diarchy means? Option A is it refers to division of central legislature into two houses. Second is it is introduction of double government, that is central government and state government. Third is having two sets of rulers, one in London and another in Delhi. The fourth is it refers to division of subjects delegated to provinces into two categories. The right answer for this question is diarchy refers to division of the subjects delegated to the provinces into two categories, that is, first is transferred subject and the second is reserved subjects. For these transferred subjects, the governor and minister were responsible to the legislative council, and for this reserved subject, these were not responsible at all. The option A was division of central legislature into two houses. It is bicameralism. Second was introduction of double government at central and at state level. It is federalism. The next question is the Federal Court of India. The Federal Court of India was established in which of the following year? Option A is 1935, option B is 1937, option C is 1946, and the last option is 1947. The right answer for this question is 1937. This Federal Court of India, the provision for establishment of this court is given in the Government of India Act 1935, but it was established in the year of 1937. Next question is: by which one of the following acts was the Federal Court in India created? Option A is Indian Council Act of 1861. Option B is Government of India Act 1909. Option C is Government of India Act 1919. And last option is none of the above. The right answer is none of the above, because Just now we see that Federal Court of India was established by the Government of India Act 1935. The fifth question is, in which of the following acts the provision was made for the establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta? The earlier question was about Federal Court of India. This is about Supreme Court at Calcutta. The options are: first is Regulating Act of 1773, second is Pitt's India Act of 1784, third is Charter Act of 1813, and the last is Charter Act of 1833. The right answer for this question is Regulating Act of 1773. The other important provision of this Regulating Act of 1773 was that it for the first time recognized the political and administrative functions of the East India Company, and it stopped the company's official from private trading and accepting gifts from the natives. And the third important provision of this act was establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta. The sixth question is for today is, by which of the following act Legislative Council of India received the power to discuss the budget? The first option is Indian Council Act of 1861, second is Indian Council Act of 1892, third is Indian Council Act of 1909, and the fourth is Indian Council Act of 1919. The right answer for this question is Indian Council Act of 1892. By the Indian Council Act of 1892, the power for discussing the budget was given to the Legislative Council of India, and they can also address question to the executive. And the most important provision of this Indian Council Act of 1892 is that it increased the number of non-official members in central as well as provincial legislative council, although it maintained the official majority. The seventh question for today is, which act of British Parliament abolished the East India Company monopoly over trade in India? This is the very easy question, and the option for this question is: first is Regulating Act of 1773, second is Pitt's India Act of 1784, third is Charter Act of 1813, and the last option is none of the above. The right answer for this question is Charter Act of 1813. By the Charter Act of 1813, the company's monopoly over trade in India was abolished, except trade in tea and trade with China. The eighth question is, with reference to the establishment of Supreme Court, which of the statement is or are correct? The statement number 1 is Supreme Court at Calcutta was established by the Regulating Act of 1773. And the second option is Leicester was the first Chief Justice of this court. So you have to select the correct statement from this question. The first option is statement 1 is correct, second is only 2 is correct, third is both are correct, and fourth is neither of these statements are correct. So in this question the right answer is option A. Statement 1 is correct, because as we see, Supreme Court at Calcutta was established by the Regulating Act of 1773, but the first Chief Justice of this court was Sir Eliza Mp. In the next question you have to match with the correct answer. First is establishment of Board of Control. Second is establishment of Supreme Court. Third is permission to the English missionaries in India, and the fourth is appointment of law member in Governor General Council. So as we see, the Supreme Court was established by the Regulating Act of 1773. For B, it is first statement. And the Board of Control was established by the Pitt's India Act of 1784. And this Board of Control was given the permission to manage the political affairs in India, while the Court of Directors were allowed to manage commercial affairs. So in this way, this act, the Pitt's India Act, created system of dual government. Third is permission to English missionaries to work in India. It is given by Charter Act of 1813. And the last is appointment of law member in Governor General Council. It was adopted in Charter Act of 1833. The right answer for this question is option B. The next question is, under which of the following acts diarchy was introduced in the central level? We have seen this question earlier. So option for this question is Government of India Act 1909, Government of India Act 1919, 1935 and Indian Independence Act of 1947. The right answer for this question is Government of India Act 1935. 11th question is, the Act of 1909 was associated with introduction of separate electorate, decentralization, third option is diarchy, and the fourth option is legislative councils. The right answer for this question is the Act of 1909 was associated with the introduction of separate electorate for the Muslim community in India. Next question is, which of the following is or are the principal features of Government of India Act 1919? First is the introduction of diarchy in the executive government of the provinces. We know in the central level the diarchy was introduced by the Act of 1935. But this question asks for the provinces. The second statement is the introduction of separate communal electorates for Muslims. Third is devolution of legislative authority by the center to the provinces. You have to select the correct answer from these options. So as we know, the option number 2 is incorrect because the separate electorate for Muslim was introduced by the Act of 1909. So option B and option D will be eliminated. Now we have left with option A and option C. And the right answer for this question is option C. Thirteenth question is, consider the following statements. The Montague-Chelmsford reforms of 1919 recommended granting voting rights to all the women above the age of 21. The second statement is the Government of India Act 1935 gave women reserved seat in legislature. You have to select the correct answer, correct statement. Option A is only 1, option B is 2 only, option C is both 1 and 2, and the last option is neither 1 nor 2. So the right answer for this question is option B, 2 only, because as we know, the British at that time were not that modern in their approach towards women. So all the women were not granted voting rights, and option 2 is correct. 14th question is, with reference to Indian civil services, which of the following statements are correct? Government of India Act 1919 provided for a separate examination for Indian civil service which was to be held in India. And the second statement is in the India civil service in 1941. In the Indian civil service in 1941, the percentage of Indians was more as compared to the Europeans. This is the total factual question, and the answer for this question is option C. The last question for today is, which of the following acts introduced the principle of constitutional autocracy? First is Indian Council Act of 1909, second is the Government of India Act of 1919, third is the Government of India Act of 1935, and the fourth is the Indian Independence of 1947. The right answer for this question is option C, the Government of India Act 1935. This is all for today, and in the next lecture we will see 15 to 20 MCQs. Thank you.